not that pediatric brain cancer isn't difficult enough on a family, but when your family, the nucleus of your family gets split up, mom or dad with a sick child, and then mom or dad still at home hours away with the other children, it's hard. This treatment isn't, 2 or 3 days. It can last years. And so they identified a massive hole in the resources provided to some of these families. So they developed what is called the Hogs House. But it is on the campus of Children's Hospital. They partnered in New Orleans. They partnered with Children's Hospital. It is managed and run by Children's Hospital. But if you are a family that has a child that is being treated at Children's, your family can essentially stay at the Hogs House for free. There's a turn-down service. There's a chef. It's a state-of-the-art, incredibly beautiful home. It's turnkey. You move in, it's furnished, it's done. All your needs outside of loving your, little one are taken care of.
Welcome to the In the Arena podcast. My name is Jared Miguez, a co-host on this podcast that brings you the inspiring stories of our clients who are leaders and innovators across different industries in Southeast Louisiana. They are visionary entrepreneurs, savvy real estate professionals, media creators, military business owners, and community champions. And we are going to showcase the remarkable achievements and share their personal stories. Tune in for insightful conversations, valuable lessons, and motivational stories that are going to reveal their secrets to success and offer you insights to help you on your own path. Welcome to In the Arena podcast. All right, guys, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
This is one of our community episodes, and I'm excited to have the Hogwatch guys on, or at least two of the 35 guys?
35 now.
Yeah, right around
35?
35 sausages.
One
container.
Yep, and I'm the 35th one.
That's right.
Good or bad thing to be the last one in the pot. But we're excited. I'm excited to have you on because I'm a part of the team, and we're looking to promote.
You're part of the team?
I'm a part of the team, and I'm excited.
Big part of the team.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise more money than Courier for sure this year. That's my goal.
It's not hard.
Yeah, when most of the money I gave last year the most money he got last year was from me anyway, so it'll make it easier on me. Or half of it was from Lauren, I guess. But yeah, we're looking forward. I just want to tell the audience about Hogwatch team, Hogs for a Cause, what the purpose of it is. So let's start out with how long y'all been involved with the charity. I guess were y'all part of the Hogs for a Cause before Hogwatch?
No. So I have been to Hogs for the Cause from 10 plus years ago. Went a couple times in college. A lot of guys my age. Zandy Reynold, who is one of the founders, is a buddy. Had a lot of mutual friends in college. So I was not on a team, but back in the day it was a lot more kind of grassroots style. Yeah. It wasn't as organized as it is now.
Yeah.
But so I had been to it before, but nothing, in recent years.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, and then the team actually was just getting started. They were all sitting on the patio at Maribo one day. I walked outside and they all had laptops out, and I thought they were doing like an NFL draft or something. I know was going on, and they told me they were doing Hogs for the Cause, which I kind of knew what it was at the time, but I wasn't super familiar with it. I knew it was pediatric brain cancer stuff, but I didn't know the extent to which it impacted people around here. And so they asked me to be on the team, and I agreed to do it. At the time, they had no chefs on the team either. And so since we cook at Hogs, we decided that would be a good addition. And from that moment on, we started planning. I mean, that was pretty close before Hogs, right? That was...
Yeah, well, so were you in the first year?
Yeah.
Okay, I was not.
Oh, you weren't.
I was not involved because I was.
Oh, the A team and the B team. I got it now. I'll show
Yeah,
that
that's
team
right.
first.
Okay,
Before we
so
get too far into it, so Bruce Barkerding, local guy from the Covington on the North Shore. You're born and raised here, right? You own a medical sales company called Bayou Medical. You sell to a lot of docs around here. Successful business. You've been in real estate. We talked about that a little bit. And then Gavin, you own
Maribo.
How do you say it?
Maribo.
Okay, and then
Versus.
you own Maribo.
Yeah, you said however you want to say it.
Maribo.
And then we own the J Bird in downtown Covington as well. And
The Jawbird.
The Jawbird.
The Jawbird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been open 8 years. So at Maribel.
I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. It is the best pizza on the North Shore.
I appreciate that.
And I mean that wholeheartedly.
He lives by it. That's all we order.
At one point, my doctor told me I needed to eat less meat and more carbs. So that to me meant eating one Maribel pizza every single day. Maribel. And I gained about 40 pounds, but the pizza was delicious.
Excellent. Yeah. I remember when you were coming for a pizza every single day. Yeah. So, yeah.
When I go in, I go all in. Usually.
Right now, we're on grilled pork spring rolls, so we're eating those at least twice a week.
I had 7 of them before I walked in here.
Excellent.
Not counting.
Literally.
So, what were you saying about joining the team?
So, I walked out there. We got started the first year. It was like 2 or 3 months before Hogs. It was a very short lead up, and we, everybody went all in. I think we had maybe like 18 guys, 20 guys on the team the first year, quick. And we raised, I think, right at $50,000, and we were pumped. I think that got us, forget where it got us in fundraising, but the main thing was that we all found out really what Hogs was about that year. Yeah. And so we kind of went into it a little bit blind or naive to what it was. And then that's what I tell everybody about Hogs. Hogs is one of the most fun times you can have, but when you're there, you absolutely recognize why you're there, and you meet the families of these people and you meet the kids, and there's no way you can't feel impacted by that, and you can't want to go all in. So after that first year, everybody was just super energized to make it bigger and do more, and that's when we started adding people like Bruce and a few other guys to the team that were really key components to us blowing it up the next year.
Yeah. So tell us what the foundation of what Hogs for the Cause is and what they do for the community.
Yeah, so Hogs for the Cause as a whole is the largest nonprofit for ancillary funds for families that have a child suffering from pediatric brain cancer in the world. So in the world, yeah. So this is going to, whether it's a Christmas wish list or travel to and from hospitals. We've now built the Hogs houses, which we certainly need to talk about because that's pretty amazing.
Never heard of that. Touch on that.
Hogs houses are awesome. So, but then also, just grants for the families to kind of offset unexpected expenses, take a vacation. The ancillary type stuff that insurance doesn't cover.
Yeah.
Right. But is just as important.
Yeah.
This is not a fun disease. This is most of the time it's a terminal condition.
Yeah.
So what we are literally trying to do is, and it's an impossible feat, but to ease that burden and pain as much as possible for those families so that they can have some sort of normalcy as a unit, as a family unit. Mm-hmm. In the time that they have left, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and just at the Crowers Bowl, we had just hearing the guy's testimony to what Hogs was able to do for him and his family.
Justin Dickens.
Yeah, you can see that. I can imagine I wouldn't have been able to stand in front of a group of people and be able to give that speech. I don't remember how many years it passed, but for his ability to be able to do that and be thankful, I'm sure he felt the support and the community behind him whenever he was going through that, and his family was.
Yeah. We went into Hogs originally, not me personally, not having anybody impacted by pediatric brain cancer, but having met these families and it become immediately real. But then over the last 2 years, my young cousin was diagnosed with pediatric brain cancer, received a Hogs grant. His dad's a cop, his mom's a teacher. They both took time off of work to immediately start the treatment and all this, and that Hogs grant came, right when they needed it. And then on top of that, I have an employee, a young kid who last year had a brain tumor removed and received a Hogs grant, and helped him a lot through that time. And so now not only have we seen people just in our community, but people in our family and, people that I'm super close with have benefited from it. And he has expressed to me, how important it was to get it at that time. They're not super financially well off. He worked to help provide for his family and has been, out of work and stuff. So, to see it be like impactful, super up close, and still not as, it's still not how it is for some families, obviously, but just the way Hogs goes about it, right? Like we say this kid has a need, and 4 days later there's a check hitting his mailbox.
Wow.
And, they're actually getting the stuff they need and helping people out. And that helped them. For them, that was groceries and bills and stuff like that. And for some families, it's, the ability to go to Disney World one last time.
Yeah.
And so any of those are super worthy.
So just explain the magnitude of the amount of money that has been raised through the Hogs for the Cause in general. Because I know how successful the team was. I hadn't been to Hogs for the Cause since I was in law school, which was 8 years ago. And I went this past year. And dude, the amount of cars in the parking lot and the expanse of all the tents and the event and what it is and the amount of money that's raised, to give a little perspective for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's over 90 teams. I think it was 96 teams or something like that this year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
There's, tens of thousands of people. The music lineup, the festival itself, I mean, I'm telling you, if it continues to grow on this trajectory, I don't know if the organizers want it to get to Jazz Fest and New Orleans Fest status, but it's on its way. Yeah, so as a whole, though, this year, I think it was $4.2 million.
They got right over $4 million this year.
Yeah, that's as a whole for the entire festival.
And I mean, running total is well over. I mean, it's well over $10 million.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah,
that's insane.
For sure. Yeah, our teams.
You've been around for how long? Before you say the number.
We've done 4
Hogwatch?
years.
This is your fourth
Hogwatch,
year.
Hogwatch, we've done 4.
We have just finished our 4th fiscal year.
And how many years has Hog for a Cause been run?
I think this
11?
is no.
12?
This is 15. I think.
15.
So 15 years, and there's been teams there the whole time. And y'all's 4th year, how much money did y'all raise?
So our 4th year, we got second in fundraising, and we raised over $300,000.
Yeah.
It wasn't 350.
Was it 350?
We raised 350 this year.
So both of y'all will be right. He said over 300,000. You
Yeah.
said 350. So we'll give y'all.
I don't want to
give y'all the
I don't want to
points.
sell us short. I think we raised 350, dog.
I heard 350 too.
You may be right. I can't remember.
I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
It was over $300,000 for sure. And as a team, we've raised over $800,000 in 4 years.
Yeah.
And also equally as impressive, drank more Miller High Life ponies than any other team that was a part of the.
And Bruce drank more than any other person on the team. So a real feat.
Real
He
rock
sacrificed his liver for those children.
Yeah.
Made it.
George Landrum said he still can't drink a Miller High Life after the run.
I found a case of them buried at Maribo the other day. They're definitely expired, but I put them in the cooler to get them cold
Champagne
froze.
and beer,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, it's
because
vintage.
and just to give it perspective, Miller donated how much money?
So Miller made a deal that if they had a significant movement in this sector of the market on High Life ponies, they would donate $25,000. And so Hogs, the founders, put together a contest amongst the teams to see who could drink the most ponies.
Know your audience.
And we took it very seriously. And we threw several parties with our team members, and we drank several hundred ponies at each of those parties.
Yeah.
We filled up canoes full
Yeah.
of pony bottles, and several people on our team really laid it out for it.
We were
Put in
counting
the work.
bottle caps on the Mardi Gras float, and I was hoarding the caps on the rail of the float. Somehow ended up bringing them back to my house after that night. Then that was interesting.
Yeah.
To have kept
And
all
a
the
pickleball.
yeah.
We had 'em in pickleball.
Yeah, I had pickleball, and we had them at a golf tournament, so that was a fun part of the.
Yeah,
experience.
we raise a lot of money at Hogs.
Wait,
this
did we
year.
give the 25?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Number
we
one.
did absolutely. We won first place overall. Miller donated the money to Hogs.
Nice.
We got some credit for that too. It's like you get a little credit for that if you're the team that wins. And then we don't do so hot in the competition side of things. I think because we enjoy ourselves a little more than most of the other teams there. We miss a few of the turn-ins.
We did better this year.
We did much better this year. I think we turned in
The first
everything.
year, I don't think
The first 3 years out of 11 items, 12 items we're supposed to turn in, we might have turned in like 3.
You mean the items?
It was a start.
The
Like
testing, the food.
ribs,
Correct.
the rib competition. Like
Yeah.
we're like, what time were we supposed to bring the ribs? Oh, 2 hours ago. What time were we supposed to bring this like yesterday.
Yeah.
We
You
missed
can't
it
ruin a good
completely.
time. So.
That's right.
And look, we think that obviously, like the kids aren't eating the barbecue, right? We're raising money, so it's not. We
not about
focus
winning.
on the more important things.
I ate some of the food though, Gavin. It was pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
we-
matter what they think. I thought it was great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate. If they would have tried it, they probably would have loved it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so like in law, we have specialties. Are you trained in barbecue?
No.
I mean, how does that work?
You know, my kids do like it at Maribo. They get it right this time.
You nailed it.
Is it the pancakes or the waffles that you have there? It's the pancakes,
Pancake.
right, dude? My girls love the pancakes.
Cast iron pancake, cook in the pizza oven.
Goodness, dude. And they're like
Dessert?
feed the whole family.
It's
Big
for
old
brunch.
scallop of butter on top of that.
It's like a
shit.
1 pound pancake cooked in the pizza oven
Very
Oh
good.
wow,
on a big cast iron. It's great.
solid.
Super fun.
So about the barbecue question.
Oh yeah. So I'm not a barbecue guy. So we have Jeff from Pyre Barbecue on our team who has a ton of experience with competition barbecue. This year he really took charge of that, and we managed to turn everything in, which was great.
Yeah.
First time.
Right.
Huge improvement from me trying to make it happen the year before. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Pyre.
Yeah.
If you can go support those guys.
So tell me this: who came up with the team name Hogwatch and why?
it wasn't me.
It was not either of us.
I'm not sure where the name came along.
I think
It's got to be like Durbin and
I was
Clay,
going to
huh?
say John Durbin.
We always talk about this a lot in business. You should make sure that your values and your experiences align with the people that you spend time with, right? You want to do business with people that you care about, because that's the whole point of life, is to spend time with people that you enjoy
Find
spending time
balance.
with. And so there's a lot of Hogs teams. I actually got invited to be on another Hogs team that I decided not to do.
Oh, that's good.
When y'all came to me and
So
approached
popular,
me,
Jared.
and y'all
Wait, we approached you? I'm pretty sure you approached us.
I just raised a lot of money for you guys last year, and I think
Yeah.
that y'all were like, I think he wants to be a
When
part
Jared
of this.
joined the team, I lost a pretty good donor.
I know. I know a couple people did.
Yeah. But
was rough.
when y'all's logo had a tank top involved in, I'm like, all right, this is the group. Like, we share common experiences
Right.
and values. Like, I can be a part of this group. And so I haven't got a tank top yet, but I'm looking.
Is
I'm
it a
looking
bro
for.
tank or is it like
I
a
should have
wife
brought
beater?
you one. I
don't
should have
even
brought you
know.
one.
It's like a mixture between. I mean, it's a good. It's a classic tank top.
It's a
Like,
great-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Stephanie always
I think
gets
it's
so
Sea
excited.
Breeze.
Yeah. It's good. I had an airbrush tank top in college, but now I get to have like a real.
We
not
should
surprising.
airbrush them next year.
That's
That would
great.
be
That'd be
incredible.
pretty impressive.
I have a
take
ace up my
should be
sleeve
airbrush
for
next
our
year.
team this year that I'm going to tell y'all offline that I think's gonna would be a good money raiser for us too.
Okay.
There we go.
So y'all don't know how the Hogwatch team came, but y'all
No,
just
so
The theme of Hogs is that everybody picks funny names, right? There's
related to pigs.
related to pigs. There's, pork hub, pork belly, cartel. Everything is pork related.
Porkenheimer is the one.
Porkenheimer. We did not know there's previously a David Hasselhogs, so we kind of, but ours is.
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
And they're kind of irrelevant anyway, so,
Yeah, they're not
That
as
kind of
cool as us.
competition happens.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think the original was, the start of Hogwatch. So first off, Hogwatch is essentially it's composed of, like we said, 34, 35 guys that are really like Hammond to Slidell, North Shore guys, predominantly in Covington, Mandeville area. But Zandy Reynold, one of the founders of Hogs for the Cause, the global organization, moved here about 5 or 6 years ago
from the South Shore?
from the South Shore, yeah. And when he got over here, kind of reconnected with guys like myself that knew each other in college. His wife Margot reconnected with other friends from college, and people started kind of finding out what Zandy does. And Zandy encouraged, I think it was Brandon Muller, Clay Koenig, and John Durbin.
Yes.
Sitting around, probably having a beer, talking about what they do, on the weekends. And
What Clay does all the time, but everybody else
yeah,
does on the
exactly
weekends.
right.
Yeah.
I know, it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, and so he kind of encouraged us to create a North Shore team
Yeah, 'cause
for
there
Hogs for
really-
the Cause.
Really wasn't. There's
We had
a
no
very
presence.
small North Shore presence. A couple of guys that are from here on teams in New Orleans and stuff.
Also
but
are
really
relevant.
nobody over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not to.
I mean, to go from 4 years brand new and then to raise the second most money.
Yeah,
Most other teams are.
Oh, everybody's talking.
Yeah.
Hard not to be cocky.
The top 2%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's it.
I'm excited to be the number one spot next year.
That's it.
The
That's right.
differentiator is pretty big.
Are you breaking that?
It's going to be
difference?
tough.
Yeah,
It's gonna be tough.
pretty big gap.
Look, we have a 5-year strategic goal to pass those guys up, but
Yeah.
they've got quite a head start, and they got some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
The
They
Delta.
have a 5-year plan. I see why you joined now.
The
Yeah, I like
difference,
it. I like
the
it.
difference. To be fair, the plan was made right when we got off stage, and they beat us. And we were like 16 bottles of champagne deep, but it's a solid plan.
Yeah, I believe
Very
it.
good plan.
It's a solid
This is the
plan.
best plans
We're-
usually start like that.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
good. It's a good plan.
All right, so you mentioned hog houses, so I want to get to that before we
Yeah.
get you running. So tell us about the hog houses and what Hogs does with that.
All right, so essentially, going back to the theme of Hogs for the Cause, we've called it Hogs House. But Renee, Becker, Zandy, and the Hogs for the Cause organization, essentially, I identified a massive need. Some of these families drive in or fly in from all over the country. I think there's even some, international families that have come into the U.S. that have received grants. So, not that pediatric brain cancer isn't difficult enough on a family, but when your family, the nucleus of your family gets split up, mom or dad with a sick child, and then mom or dad still at home hours away with the other children, it's hard. This treatment isn't, 2 or 3 days. It can last years. And so they identified a massive hole in the resources provided to some of these families. So they developed what is called the Hogs House. So the first Hogs House, I think that it is 14 units. I think maybe it's either 12 or 14, I believe. But it is on the campus of Children's Hospital. They partnered in New Orleans. They partnered with Children's Hospital. It is managed and run by Children's Hospital. But if you are a family that has a child that is being treated at Children's, your family can essentially stay at the Hogs House for free. There's a turn down service. There's a chef. It's a state-of-the-art, incredibly beautiful home. It's turnkey. You move in, it's furnished, it's done. All your needs outside of loving your, little one are taken care of.
That's awesome.
And so we fully fund those. We cut the ribbon on our second Hogs House on the campus of the new Children's Hospital in Baton Rouge off of Seagan. Just I think October?
Yeah.
October maybe of last year. So, and I know that there are plans for at least 2 or 3 more that are in the works right now.
The first one has been at capacity
Yeah.
since it's opened.
Wow.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
So, and I
It's
think
awesome
I
and
forget
sad
the
all at the
numbers,
same time.
but the amount of money they save the families from like hotel stays and stuff like that too is astronomical.
Yeah.
It was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, I mean, Bruce pretty much covered it all, but they're incredible.
Yeah.
Pizza sales are good.
Yeah.
Pizza sales.
Yeah.
All right, so before we transition off, I want to talk about 2 more things. But first, if somebody wants to donate to the Hogwatch team and they want to be involved, tell us about some of the things y'all have going on throughout the year.
So they can go directly to my rally bound and donate directly.
I'll put
to
mine in
me,
the comments below.
Gavin Joe. Or so we do a pickleball tournament, we do a crawfish boil, we do a gala fundraiser benefit, and we do, what's the other big one we do? Is that it right now?
The shoot.
Oh yeah, we have a sporting clay shoot happening in the fall.
So what times of year? I know we did the crawfish boil was in the spring,
Spring.
and then we had the
Yeah.
pickleball
Well, so
tournament.
the big festival is
Beginning of April.
Is usually the first weekend of April.
Yeah.
So right shortly after that is the crawfish boil in the parking lot of Maribo, and that is a great time for families.
Yeah.
Usually we have a speaker that comes in and kind of really, hits home on the firsthand experience of what we do. And then after that we do I guess that would be the
Pickleball tournament. next.
pickleball tournament, and that's May.
Yep.
And then the gala's in October.
Yep. Gala's in October. October
No,
5th.
Gala's, is it October?
October 5th this
Okay.
year. And then the skeet shoots, when is skeet shoot? August? We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, we'll put all the dates in the comments so people can check it out.
Yeah.
But you can go there and take part in the event, and then your contribution can be made there. And
You can be sponsors for the event. So we do sponsorship for all of our events. So there'll be, on Sporting Clay, there's going to be station sponsors. We do pickleball. We have the whole tournament sponsored. We have title sponsors, table sponsors, everything down. This year we had how many teams, Bruce? 100 teams or something crazy like that.
incredible amount
Yeah,
of
it was
people were
insane.
there.
It was a big
Yeah.
event.
It was fun. It was a fun day. Fun day for us to come, and we supported that, but it was fun.
Yeah. Lots of feedback from that has been good. If you want to get involved, I would say, we have an Instagram. We can put our link up for that. I don't know, a couple other social media platforms, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you want to get involved on the personal level, whether it's volunteering your time or your money, whatever it may be, you can reach out to us on the Instagram. On the Instagram.
Age plug there.
You can tell I'm the social media guy, right?
Yeah.
So anyway,
On the Instagram.
on the gram or whatever they call it. And then we have from $5 to $50,000. Every dollar counts for these families. We need the local support. Arena Title has been obviously amazing for us. And now we have you as a member, Jared. So that's great. My fundraising has gone down, but yours is going up. That's good. It's all for the kids. So, but yeah, if you want to get involved, hit us up on Instagram. You can commit to an annual commitment as far as being a year team sponsor. We do individual sponsorships for individual things. If you just want to come out and volunteer, let us know.
Yeah. And at the end of the
any
day,
those things.
it's a good time no matter what with the people. That's one of the other values of the group that we have on the North Shore. It's a bunch of good people and good families. Every time you go, you get to see just people that you see at church or you see at the gym and all doing similar things in similar phases of life, which is also a great part of the team. My second question, and I'm asking this to Lauren, if you were going to pick which one of them was going to the gym after this, which one would you think was going to the gym after this?
Probably the guy that eats pizza all day.
Or the guy whose arms are 5 times the size of his. But yeah, anyway.
Thanks, Jared.
I didn't want to put it like that, but.
Jeez.
Jesus. I didn't.
Sing it over
wasn't
there.
me, by the way. There's no hostility.
So I know one thing that people care about with nonprofits, because we help set up a bunch of them around here, and you could have a system where it's set up like a very large franchise and everything's going to a large communal pool, and then you have other local nonprofits. So I think one of the things that kept resonating in the message that you're putting out there is you're helping local families. So can you talk a little bit about if somebody were to donate, that large sum, say they have, their 10, 20, 30 grand that they want to put here and they wanted to keep it as part of our community, how would we make that work?
Hogs for the Cause is founded here. They are all over the country. They do events all over the country. And like Bruce said, there are definitely some global families coming in, but they have hogs in like Nashville now. They're doing it in other states, whole events. We're still the biggest one down here, I think, but the Nashville one's getting pretty big and the other ones are getting big. Our group, Hogwatch, is just people in the North Shore. So, we're an organization that mostly contributes to Hogs for the Cause, but we also have done some private donations, things like that, to families in our community. So,
Awesome.
We have the ability to keep the money here. If we
Direct
need to.
it a little bit. And I think another important thing to let people know is we have you said it is a 501c3. So it is a nonprofit that people can get tax benefits for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure.
And nobody on our team draws salaries or anything from this.
Yeah.
All of the money goes to exactly
Clay.
what. Oh yeah.
Clay.
Anyway, thanks for coming on, guys. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's not always as entertaining to hang out with people on the podcast, so it was fun. Thanks for coming on.
Happy
Thank
to
you,
be here.
guys.
Thank
Yep.
y'all. Appreciate it.
Hogs Watch.